10 or so years ago, I made a short film called A Date in 2025, and now that it is 2025, I want to see what I got right about the future. The short's a sci-fi comedy written by Matthew Hart about a man whose super intelligent AI system tries to get him to leave his apartment and go on a date IRL.
You need to ask that girl out on a date. On a real date. None of that VR BS.
Now, this short has done really surprisingly well online. It's almost at 9 million views on YouTube. I did a ton of research in the lead up to this back when we were filming, and now I'm excited to look back. What's right, what's wrong, and what we completely missed the mark on. Let's start with the AI. Our AI system, voiced by the incredibly talented Amy Shields, is kind of an Alexa meets Siri meets ChatGPT.
You have 0 of 10 snoozes left. It's time to get up and face the world.
As most of you know, there's been some insane advancements in AI in the last few years. It can now hold a complete conversation, understand images and video. Now imagine if one of these models ingested all your data and was programmed to look out for your best interests. I feel like it's quite real and believable that an AI would be manipulating you and encouraging you to watch less virtual porn. So I think we actually got this quite right. The AR, augmented reality. Apple's Vision Pro is pretty much exactly what I imagined Daniel would be wearing when he gets to class. It's a little clunkier than my little goggles, but still it has the same kind of tech. Now, I didn't call or predict that we'd be on as many Zoom calls as we've been on in the last 10 years. We've seen a huge increase in virtual classrooms, virtual meetup spaces, and everything from Meta to Zoom to Google Meets. So it's very common for people to do all that in their own living room. Not necessarily an AR, it's a 2D version of yourself. But the technology to do the classroom like I imagined, all that tech exists. It just hasn't been combined together in that way. I'd still chalk this up to being pretty accurate. The wristwatch. Fitbits were all the rage back then, and now I'm literally wearing an Apple Watch that checks my vitals. It's not holographic, but it's pretty much doing the same thing as what I thought it would be doing.
That was almost a full mile.
Siri does talk to me on this thing, and I can actually talk to Siri constantly. Oh my, what? The pizza shake. Now this one was mainly done for fun, but unfortunately has yet to be invented. At the time we made this short, Soylent was popping up and really trendy at the time.
Complete meals ready to drink in a bottle.
So we thought it'd be fun to have a junk food version of it, where everyone would be drinking all the nutrients that you'd need. We were inspired by the Back to the Future, put something in and get something magical back, but we went for a more grounded version, where you put a powder in and get a liquid back. I felt that was more believable. So come on, Domino's. There's still time to make some pizza shakes. The Stimulax Belt.
Stop using the Stimulax Belt.
Real women don't vibrate.
I actually don't know if this is a thing. I feel like it was probably a thing back then. Didn't look like what we had the belt, and it looked like, let's just move on for the next piece of tech. The BodyBuddy.
My buddy.
I was inspired by a lot of crazy items I was seeing in Japan. I mean, look at these toys. They're crazy. In the short, there were nodes on his brain that made him feel like the BodyBuddy was whatever human he wanted it to be, and in this instance, it was Amber from his class. This tech is, thankfully, still quite a ways away because that's kind of the theme of the short. Hugs are important. Cuddling is actually really important, but real hugs and real cuddling. The isolation. Now, when we made A Date in 2025, I myself was actually feeling quite isolated. It was kind of crazy to feel isolated in a city as busy and as populous as Los Angeles. But this short was coming from a really vulnerable place, and when Matthew Hart brought it to me, I really resonated with it.
Just because you're a cell, Daniel, doesn't mean you need to live in one.
Now, in the short, Daniel hadn't left his apartment for 42 days, 11 hours, and 9 minutes.
Haven't left my apartment in
42 days, 11 hours.
You know what? Just shut up!
Those are kind of amateur numbers after COVID, honestly. What's crazy is a lot of people after the COVID lockdown had the same experience as Daniel, and that was months, like multiple months. In many ways, we forgot how important it was to be next to people and to be in a community or to just get a normal thing like a hug. I didn't predict it. I actually didn't know it was gonna be as real as it was, but it actually was pretty accurate. And so those are my predictions. I think I caught all of them. First and foremost, this movie was made for entertainment, so it's not like we were going fully for accuracy, but it is so much fun to look back and see what's happened since then. There are a lot of relevant predictions. And in many ways, on our day-to-day today, we are kind of manipulated by AI. We're kind of ruled by AI and algorithms that are feeding us different things that we're seeing constantly and just taking it in like a pizza shake to the face, myself included.
I love our little pets.
But one final thing, I got married this summer. And one of my first dates was actually the premiere of A Date in 2025. That was a gift. Danielle gifted me a bottle of wine branded with my movie on it. So now that it's 2025, we're going on a date in 2025, and we're gonna drink that bottle. Okay, you ready for our date?
In 2025? Yes, I am.
This is the bottle. Oh, it's dusty. It says a date in 2025, premiere party May 3rd, 2017. Do you remember giving that to me?
I do. I was so nervous. No, I'm married.
Yes, we are. Cheers. I probably need a silver word out. I love you all. Happy 2025. And don't forget to wake up and go outside. Seriously, wake your sleepy ass up, Daniel. Wake up, Sasha.
God damn it. I actually fell asleep. Whoa. I'm sorry.